Hello, everyone. My name is, all together now, Irvin Russell Pelton Jr. And who am I? I am the second son of Irvin and Betty Pelton. Thank you, Jesus. And I got to tell you something about my mom and dad right now at this moment. They are having a wonderful time. They are having a party. They've been having a barbecue and a party for a few days now. And the reason being is my Aunt Connie, my mother's sister, has left this world and went on to the next one. And any time that my Aunt Connie and my cousins come around us while we were growing up, it was a wonderful time. There's a lot of love in our family as far as that goes. So, hi, Aunt Connie. And this is my wonderful friend, Kayla. You go say hi to everybody? Or give him a kiss? Oh, give him a kiss? Oh, she give me kisses. Okay, this is message number 2. There was 2 messages given to me, one yesterday, one this morning, that they wanted me to say something to you. The people that made it possible for this RV to be sitting in this parking lot at this time and moment on this earth. This morning, Kayla, we take her for a walk, and as we're walking, we see a man, a truck driver. Shout out to my truck driver friends, and we see a truck driver. He says good morning to us. How you doing? Grateful to be alive. Blah blah blah. We start communicating. And we start talking, and we talked for a long time, but a good hour or so. It was a wonderful experience, And we both were very grateful, and we understood that we were here at this moment, at this time, purposely for this encounter. He said it. He said it. He said that. He said, I was meant to be here at this time, and so we talking and everything, and I'm like, hey, how about autographing the RV? Now he's seen it when he pulled in. He didn't know I was the driver. I told him, I said, I'm driving that thing over there. And oh yeah, I seen it when I pulled in this morning or last night. And so we walk over to the RV. Now, part of the conversation that we had talked about is his daughter had passed away recently, 21 years old. Organ transplants. When she was 11 years old, she got an organ transplant that saved her life. And if you know anybody that's got organ transplant, it's a miracle. It's a miracle every day that they wake up. It's another miracle in their lives, And so when we come over to the RV, we give him magic marker and stuff, and he asked me, do you mind if I write in loving memory of my daughter? Do I mind? Let me show you something, my friend. And I point out a couple. There's signatures on this bus, on this RV, that those people are no longer walking on this earth with us. They signed it. I got a signature on here. And that man is no longer with us. And there's a couple other ones. And there are memorials. And people autograph it in memory of a lot of fallen soldiers and their family members and so on and so forth. So I just quickly point out a few of them, date of birth, date of death, so on and so forth. And I tell them this is why we do this, is we travel around and we want you to know we feel your pain. And we love you. And we appreciate what you're doing to help America do what it's doing. And so that man signs it, and then he tells us, this is, I'll tell you the rest of the story. He wants to know if he can see inside, but because it's a dream of his to get an RV, get the most important person in his life, his wife, and get in that RV and travel around. And he loves the fact that we are doing it, supporting our men and women of the armed forces of America and their families. He never thought about doing it like that while he was traveling. He just wants to do it. So we let him show him inside. And he just pops his upper body in and looks around at the wonderful bed and the countertop that my brother Tim made you. I love you, Tim. I love you, Hilda. I love you guys very much. He looks at that and he spots my secretary desk in the back. Now, when he comes out of the RV, because I'm standing outside and he's halfway in, when he comes out, the man's crying. What's wrong, bro? My grandma had one of those secretary desks. And then he starts telling me stories about the secretary desk and his grandma and how those memories flooded him. And I'm sorry about the light flashing, folks. I'm a real amateur at making these. Please, be patient with Uncle Irvin and forgive me, please. Okay, so he now, he sees that and I'm like, hey, did you see the Tiny back there? Tiny? Who's Tiny? You got somebody with you? I said, yeah. Crawl up in there, take a look back there and see who's back there. Tiny, our buddy Tiny. And any of you don't know who Tiny is, watch some of the videos, you'll see. He's an 8-foot teddy bear that travels with Kayla and I. You get free haircuts and love from Uncle Irv. You get free loves and kisses from Kayla, and you get free hugs and love from Tiny if you encounter us. So he sees that. Now again, he stops in his tracks, and the tears are flowing again. His wife has now been recently hooked on teddy bears. He can't believe he's looking at an 8-foot teddy bear named Tiny, and he wants to know if he can take a picture. I take all the pictures, Mom. Sorry about the mess. No, I'm not going to turn the camera around so you can see Tiny, because Kayla hasn't done the dishes yet, so it's a mess on that part. Okay, so we get done and we get ready to go, and that man again wants us to know that at that moment, at that time, on this life of ours, we were in this parking lot and we spent a couple hours with that man, a truck driver. If any of you know the life that a truck driver lives, to do what they do for us, America's citizens, is astronomical. It's astronomical, folks. And so to show him love, and his daughter's death wasn't in vain, that it made a difference and that we matter every day. Because of you folks, we were sitting here because you brought us here. Without yous, you know what, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't say this. I wouldn't do this. And the reason I wouldn't do it is because I can't. I cannot do this by myself. I can't. I'm not the person that can do this by myself. But because of the love and support that I get from the members and the subscribers and the people that we encounter, like I tell them, this is nothing political. This is for the citizens of America. The signatures and the people behind this wants that truck driver to know that while he's sleeping in a parking lot in the middle of Virginia, there's people like us that are dedicating our lives to letting them know we love and care for them, and we feel their pain for the sacrifices they make to keep America what it is. Mahali nui aloha, everyone. In English, thank you very much. Danke, gracias. We really appreciate yous. A hui ho.